been fun for me to be up here before at ITB. So we're also here today to strengthen this relationship and think about things that we could do in the future. So I always enjoy coming up to Bandung from Jakarta. These Americans, for the 10 months that they're in Indonesia, should get to know Indonesia as well as possible. That means traveling around. It means working with different audiences. And this is also for them an introduction to the new campus in Bandung so that they can come back maybe and think about other things that they could do here. So today is opening a door to future activities and strengthening of relationships. I really like the banner. We were all very impressed with the banner that Oka put together for us. Yoka rather, with the Fellowship of the Ring. I think it's a very popular trilogy and movie, J.R.R. Tolkien. But I also like it because it's a wonderful thing to be on a fellowship. I myself was on an English language fellowship. Actually, in my life, I've been on 3 fellowships. I've been a fellow 3 times, which has been a wonderful experience because being a fellow, like in Lord of the Rings, it's about not having a job or an occupation. It's about a community, right? It's getting to know one's colleagues. And in terms of teaching or any profession, having a strong community is one of the best ways to develop professionally and to continue to enjoy the work that you do. So maybe not only can we talk about English teaching or learning, but also about these opportunities that fellowships like this bring. We also at the U.S. Embassy have a number of exchange programs for Indonesians. Yoka just came back from one called the International Visitor Leadership Program, but there are many other opportunities available, and I hope that you'll be able to take advantage of your own fellowships, be they Indonesian government fellowships or others, because it's a wonderful professional development experience. I could talk for a long time, but I think maybe since we have a limited amount of time and we've got a lot of people, maybe we could immediately sort of just break into the conversation. Is that acceptable? Or did you have other ideas or plans?
One of the fellows can sharing their experience here.
I think, yeah, or we could, maybe each fellow could introduce themselves, talk about where they're from in the United States, what they were doing before this, and where they're going in Indonesia. And then yeah. You want to start, Adam?
Hello. My name is Adam. I'm from Seattle, Washington, on the northwest corner of the United States. This is my 2nd year in Indonesia. I'm teaching at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs Diplomatic Training School, where there are many graduates from the school. And it's my third time in London. And it's great to be here again, meet you, and have to see your campus.
All right. So nice to be here. My name is Fabio Coelho, and I am staying in Tecambato, Win, Susca Rio. And back in the U.S., I'm from San Jose, California. A lot of technology. I'm in the middle of Silicon Valley, where most of the technology and the drama around it comes from. And I was working there. My main job was teaching at a public school. I was a public school teacher, and I taught bilingual class. So I was very involved with languages and English learning. And on the side, I was also doing some projects at a local university, San Jose State University, that I happened to get a master's degree from. So nice meeting you all. Nice being here.
How's it going? My name is Joshua Yardley. I'm originally from Chicago, and I'm a 2nd-year fellow. Last year, I was working at the Kantor Gubernur in Banda Aceh on a scholarship program, preparing students to take the GRE test, which is a test that you have to take in order to get into graduate school in the United States. And this year, I am at Universitas Islam Indonesia in Yogyakarta. And I'm working in the bridging program, part of the International Programs Office. And we are preparing 1st-year university students for campus life, teaching them study skills, doing some outbound character building, and a little bit of English.
Hello, my name is Brian Holzer, and I'm from Wisconsin, and I'm also a second-year fellow. This year I'll be teaching at the Surya Institute in Tangerang, and last year I was at UNI in Vancouver. So, nice to be here.
Hi, my name is Summer Al. I come from New York City. Back in the States, I teach the TOEFL and I correct the exam as well. I also teach a bunch of English as second language courses for adult students. Here, I'm placed at Palembang, so I'll be teaching at Unsri. And yeah, and it's the first time I visit your city. It's beautiful and I love the campus and all the pictures and paintings. Looking forward to it.
Hi, my name is Jennifer. This is my second year in Indonesia. Last year I was at Sriwijaya University in Madura. This year I will be in Surabaya at IAIN Sinem Ampel. And I've been to some of the L's here. Been to several American corners, and I've got to say this is a pretty nice one that you have. Thank you for having us.
Hi, my name is Jeremy. I'm from Colorado, kind of in the middle, little western part of the United States, and I'm teaching in Manado at Universitas Samratulangi. It's not my first time to Indonesia, but it's my first time as a fellow. But I liked Indonesia so much that I came back. Good to be here.
Hello, my name is Sean. I'm from Michigan. I'm based in Jakarta, teaching at the Police Language School, so I have some unique students. And I just want to say this campus is really beautiful. You guys are very, very lucky students, and I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Erica. I am placed in Semarang at UNES. I am teaching English education majors there. I'm originally from Ohio, so it's right in the middle of America, and I'm really enjoying Bandung.
Good morning. My name is Kristen. I am also a returning fellow. I am placed on the island of Lombok in the city of Batam at Vietnam. And I was born in New Jersey, and I was living in Washington, D.C. there before. Thank you for having me.
So all of these fellows will be based at their sites, mostly universities, for one academic year. It's a 10-month period, and they'll be teaching. That's their primary duty, is teaching courses, usually skills courses to future English teachers. But they also have substantial secondary activities, usually in-service professional development for teachers through workshops, conferences, and presentations. We also work with youth in Indonesia, doing youth outreach. Last year we did something like 11 English immersion camps for high school students in Indonesia. We work with orphans and street kids in Indonesia, and we've also worked at ministerial levels on some curriculum advising and other things. So there's a great variety of activities, and there's a great deal of flexibility. It's too bad we don't have enough American academics to provide every university in Indonesia with an English language fellow. I know that there's a great interest and demand, because everywhere I travel in Indonesia, people ask me, how can we have an English language fellow? How can we have a professor from America here? And it's simply not enough of supply to fulfill that demand. So what we try and do, since we can only at this point have something like 13 fellows at 13 different sites in Indonesia, is have those fellows travel throughout Indonesia to do activities in various sites. So I'm sorry that we don't have an English language fellow here at ETB, but I think there are other ways that we can help to share the knowledge that they bring with students and faculty here. Do you guys have any questions? Should we just have an informal conversation as two groups? Are you comfortable with that? Okay. What are your questions or comments? Yes, sir.
Is this a program from government USA?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes, it's a U.S. government program. Yeah.
My name is Anna. Should I start out?
Please, yeah.
Okay, my name is Anna. Actually, this activity is for introducing this program. My question is basic. What is the main issue you want to introduce for us? Is that we're going to exchange like your program, or we just want to hear your experience and hear it or what? Maybe it's pretty good start for us.
You mean, what's the point of this session?
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I usually just make things up as I go along, and it usually works pretty well. So I don't know. We can certainly tell you a little bit about the program, or we could also talk about education or anything you want to know about the United States or our involvement in Indonesia. So we can actually go in any direction you would like to go. What are your interests? What would you like to find out about?
Actually, I was taught by two words. The first word is to building a character. Some of you know about it. Okay. So I just want to know what kind of character you actually build here in Indonesia. If you want to build it also, it's automatically there's some differences between Indonesian and also American. What is it? Where should we build? Why? And what is it? And the second is there's several people come here twice, the second year. What is so interesting about Indonesia? What is so interesting about Indonesia? Maybe, if we know it, and if we have an exchange program, we can bring it.
Well, I think I mentioned character building. I'll stand up about that. At UEE in Jogja, they have two types of students. They have international program students and they have regular students. And the students in the international program all study in English. All of their classes are in English. And in order to prepare them for this, they have to go through a one-year training program in their first year, in addition to their normal classes. And part of that training program, in addition to learning English, is also preparing them for campus life. I remember my first year at university. The university may have offered services like this, but I wasn't aware of them. I certainly could have used them. Nobody really, taught me or prepared me for how it was to live away from home, to manage my own schedule, to manage my time, and how to work in teams of other students independently without as much guidance as you might have at a high school level. That's what this international program, the bridging program is what it's called, is all about. And the character building is one aspect of that. It isn't my responsibility. As Aaron mentioned, it's really a community of teachers. I'm one of a team of 6 teachers, actually. And those other 6 teachers are all Indonesian. And so they will be doing a majority of the work, I hope. And I will be providing my own insight from my own experiences in the United States. So in terms of character building, that's pretty much the extent to what we're doing. Just getting ready, just getting new university students ready for campus life. Why am I here for a second year? Well, that's a good question. Indonesia, like the United States, is a huge country. And everywhere you travel, you find different types of people, different foods, which I really like, different languages and so forth. This last summer, I actually did a bit of traveling around the United States, visited many different cities that I had never been to, tried all of the local foods, all of the local beers, listened to the local bands, and I really fell in love with my country again, based on this experience. And being a fellow has allowed me to travel around Indonesia quite a bit and try the local foods everywhere I go and learn a little bit of the local languages. And it's just impossible to have enough experiences in 10 months. And so coming back for another year is allowing me the opportunity to experience some different places and so forth. So, yeah, there's just way too much going on in Indonesia to experience in one day.
Is every one of you have same basic science or from different basic science?
Different studies, different
Yeah.
areas.
Maybe biology, chemical, or from language, special language.
I think there's a variety presented here, and then we have graduate degrees as well as bachelor's degrees, and I think our bachelor's degrees are probably in quite a variety of subjects. In terms of our graduate degrees, I think most of us have a graduate degree in TESOL, teaching speakers of other languages, also known as EFL, ESL, but also in education and some other subjects. Do you guys want to just go around and say the degrees that you have and where they're from?
My bachelor's degree is in journalism from the University of Montana, and then I kind of switched gears. The graduate degree is in English. So still language related, but it's not the same.
My bachelor's degree is also in journalism, and I got it in Brazil. And my master's degree is in linguistics. And I also have a teaching credential, which is another class, just to make things a little better.
I have a bachelor's degree in journalism. I didn't realize this. And yeah, I know. And a master's degree in teaching English.
And mine's a bit different. I have a bachelor's in marketing and an MBA in international business. But I have a teaching certificate and was a high school teacher for many years.
My bachelor's degree is in English literature, and my master's in teaching English as a second language.
My bachelor's is in foreign affairs, my master's in education, focusing on TESOL, and I'm certified as a teacher in New York State.
My bachelor's degree is in music education. So I was originally a music teacher, and then my master's is in teaching English.
My bachelor's degree is in, I forgot. The classics. It's actually very hard to define what my BA is in, because I went to a very unusual university, small liberal arts university, where everybody studies exactly the same thing. But basically it's a BA in classics, because I studied the Greeks and the Latin, the Romans rather, Greek and Latin. And I have two MAs, one in TESOL and one in creative writing.
To continue the common theme, I think a lot of us don't end up working in our, the same as our undergraduate degree. I was a film studies major, so making movies. Never made any movies. And I ended up getting a master's degree in TESOL. Yeah.
My bachelor's is also in business and marketing, which I'm not working in anymore, and my master's is in international education, and I'm the TESOL student.
Interesting. Sorry. I don't know if you think this is interesting. I think this is interesting. Two things, actually. One is sort of the flexibility that you have within the American education system, the fact that you can get a bachelor's degree in film studies, and then, what was your master's in? TESOL. TESOL, yeah, and then be able to go back to school and get a master's degree in something completely different, yeah? And actually, yesterday we met with a high school student, university student, who was asking us how many people get a bachelor's degree, realize that they didn't really like that degree, and then go back and get another bachelor's degree. Nobody, I think. I think if you weren't satisfied with your bachelor's degree, you want to study something different, you can go get a master's degree in a completely different area. Another thing that I think is interesting is that, you know, at the age of 18 or so, you enter university, and you're supposed to know what you want to do with your life at the age of 18, and people realize, you know, a couple years later, after they've spent thousands and thousands of dollars, that they don't actually want to do that, but it's too late. And it makes me wonder if we should probably start university a little bit later. Maybe allow ourselves to travel around a little bit, try a couple different jobs before we enter university and spend those thousands of dollars on a degree that we won't use.
And my bachelor's was in history
Okay.
Hi, my name is Sam. I'm sorry, sir, I didn't quite follow the introductory. Can you tell us about your involvement your involvement in Indonesia by being here for 10 years? And also, I want to know what is your main goal? What is your you are trying to achieve by being in Indonesia? Thank you.